So I wrote these SAT exams, and I did it right. I got into McGill. But I thought to myself, this is garbage. This is total garbage. This has nothing to do with intelligence. This is really low-level utilitarianism. This is reducing the idea of intelligence in education to basically not even a trade, because a trade is a very honorable thing. It's sort of reducing us to, crossword puzzle approach to life. And so that after all is, that was in 1969. And of course, as you know, it's since then become more and more and more influential. And it is a sign of the rising power of utilitarianism. It comes out of growing managerialism, growing power of business schools, of managerial schools, the idea that nothing is about thought, it's all about process. It's about form over content. And so it's disguised under words like efficiency and professionalism and deliverables and clients and all this stuff. It's really a decline in the idea of intelligence. And of course, it is an approach which makes it increasingly difficult to explain the idea of democracy, because democracy is not utilitarian. Democracy is about debate and conversation and uncertainty and thinking. And everybody's thinking. In an egalitarian society, everybody has a vote, so everybody is thinking, right? It's not the elites who are thinking, it's everybody who's thinking, otherwise you don't have a democracy. So if you have an education system that's being pushed, in spite of the fact that more and more people are going to university, that's being pushed towards a utilitarian, measurable model, then you're in fact undermining the capacity of the kids to see themselves as thinking and active citizens. And now I'm not saying I'm against all tests or that, you mustn't measure anything. I'm not saying that. But that is not the fundamental of what education is supposed to be about. And it's really a cop-out. But it's not surprising in this era, in a way. The whole testing culture is supposed to be about making sure that they're keeping on track. My own feeling is that it holds them back because, of course, the nature of the testing is always limiting. You're at a certain age and you're supposed to be able to do certain things. Well, of course, a lot of the kids could do a great deal more than that. And it's a little bit this, that if you say, and I know this exists to some extent, well, we can't really explain about the subjective. Oh, now we'll explain about the subjective. Now that we've explained the subjective, they can read more complicated books. Whereas it's the exact other way around. First you read the book that's got the subjective in it, and then sometime later people start explaining to you what it is you've already been doing. So that sort of sense of appealing to the intelligence of the students has to be, the testing it's a little bit like, a testing society is a little bit like a society which believes that the purpose of law is to prevent everybody from breaking the law and to frighten people with the law, whereas the purpose of law is that, about 5% of the population is going to break the law. And so you've got to have some rules for that 5%. The other 95% aren't going to break the law, whatever the situation is, right? So it's a little bit the same thing. A testing society implies that everyone will goof off and fail if you don't keep them in line. Whereas, in fact, the testing ought to be just like the icing or something like that. But the cake is all about imagination and challenging.